rap until I hit my last breath. Music's everlasting even if past death. Not overacting, music's never past tense. Colliding with the greats, welcome to this crash test.
All right, guys, welcome to another episode of the BringTheBars podcast, and I'm joined by Mally Muzik. How have you been, man?
Hey, man, I've been blessed, living and breathing, taking care of the fam, and doing this music. I'm good.
Good, man. And it's crazy to think, man, you've been on this podcast before, but you're episode 4. I think this is going to be 50. So it's been like almost a year since you were last on this show. And it's crazy how fast time flies with that. And I was going through our older interview a little bit, listening to what we were talking about, but I never really talked about you growing up with music. Like, what was your first hip hop song you heard that made you fall in love with the genre?
It was probably The Message, and I was like very, very young, like 3 or 4. And it was by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5. And just the beat was just something I've never heard before. And it was just, it took me. I was like, all of a sudden my head started bobbing like out of nowhere, my first hip hop tape that I remember owning would be a Run DMC tape. So that's where it started. Run DMC. Yeah. Yep.
And how were you introduced to hip hop? Was it played a lot in your household, or was it more through like friends and stuff like that?
Nah, it was played throughout the household. My stepdad, let him rest in peace. He was big into music, and I liked how he had a setup, music real loud with the boom, boom, boom. The 80s was about bass all of a sudden. So that was cool. Pops really, he played a lot of rap, and then I ended up getting tapes through friends and stuff who then took tapes from their older brothers and sisters. And, I was one of those kids that, I wasn't caring about sports. I wanted the boom box in my room, with a double cassette deck so I can record and make mixtapes and then have them and give them to my friends with all the latest shit, excuse me. But, just all that. So yeah. And then growing up, I did watch a lot of Yo MTV Raps. With Fab Five Freddy and stuff, grew up listening to a lot of Too Short, and then E40 and the Click, and just a lot of people. And then I was also, I watched a lot of East Coast, Wu-Tang and all that. That was dope there. Yeah. Man. Cool. And then all-time favorite.
MTV, like you were able to catch up on new music through MTV back then, like back in the day. That's how you caught up all the music and the tapes and all that stuff.
Yeah. I would say after MTV started cutting back on their videos and stuff, I started losing interest on what was going on in any other coast, especially when local scene was starting to pop real tough where I lived, say about 94, about 93, 94, a lot of Bay Area, local right around my area, 45 minutes away, maybe 15 minutes away, maybe the dude right down the street from me. He got his track machine and he's been making beats and everybody's rapping over, and now they got a tape out. Like that started happening, and I just kind of got sucked into the,
that was actually going to lead to the next thing
rap.
I wanted to ask you was about like what influenced you the first time to get into a booth and actually record a track. And do you remember even how you recorded it? It was on like just a one playthrough cassette, a crappy microphone and all that?
So it was a crappy microphone, 8-track that was also hooked up to a tape or something. And matter of fact, it was crazy though, man, because me and my partner was coming down off drugs and decided we were going to record this on this tape, and it sounded really shitty. It sucks, but I have been writing for hella long and never recorded. So it was like a jump start. And then, months later, we got our first cakewalk program and sobered up a little bit and started making dope shit. So
What pushed you to, like, you said you were writing for a while. What pushed you to actually like motivate yourself to be like, well, I'm actually going to lay this out
um shit, man, I just kept writing for hella long. Like I did a lot of writing. I wasn't recording. I didn't start recording until I was like 22, 22, 23. No, yeah. About 22, 23 is when I started recording, but I've been writing since I was 19.
now? Yeah.
So yeah, I went through the battle of recording and then not being able to record because of fallouts with my partner, stupid shit.
Yeah, shit happens.
Yeah, it does. It does. So with that, and then recording at other people's studios once in a while, like it really got discouraging. But and then me and my partner, we ended up getting back together, and then I recorded my first solo album, Believe in Leading One's Own Destiny. I mean, the quality was sucked, but it put me on, so it was cool. But yeah, man, hella ups and downs with the music shit. It didn't really start getting really, really on track until my 30s. So
yeah, now you guys are booming. You're working on Mono y Mono 2. Well, it's done. I know it's going to be
it's
released.
done.
I was talking with
Yeah.
Joe. He was on a couple episodes before. He talked about this whole story of how you guys kind of linked up, how he heard you on the radio. You guys started talking, and then that branched out into features, Mono y Mono, and now Mono y Mono 2. Let everybody know, all the listeners and stuff, what can we expect from Mono y Mono 2 that might be a little different from the first one you guys did?
So Mono y Mono, the EP was more focused on what type of stuff I like to do. It was all arranged with beats and stuff that I get down with.
Mm-hmm.
So we did that, it was more geared towards me. Mono y Mono 2 is more geared towards Jumpin' Joe, because Jumpin' Joe jumped real fast instead of, you remember that last when we did that episode, right?
Yeah.
Hangout. The next day, we were supposed to sit down and talk about whatever, and I was supposed to give him the BPM numbers. And then I give him the next day, he hits me back, hey man, I already started recording. I'm like, man, what the fuck? What do you mean? You didn't even wait. We were supposed to talk about what these songs was gonna be about. Yeah. And then we got into a mini spat for a second. Then the next day it was cool. But and then so I was like, man, we're gonna call this the Jumpin' Music Movement, but we just stuck with the Mono y Mono 2. But yeah, so this one was more geared to like what influences the beat type with his producer Aiden Wall, shout out. So we did that. We got 5 beats from his producer, and it kind of shook me a little bit because I didn't know how I would sound over it. It's different. It was totally out of what I use. So I was like, whoa. I'm still kind of a little worried, but a lot of it's some dope shit. So so we did that, and then I got Genesis beats. Yeah, and I felt comfortable with those because that's where my go-to dude.
Yeah.
I go and get beats from him. So did that, and those came out real nice. We start off the album with Joe and his solo song, and we end the album with my solo song.
Oh, nice.
So we both got 2 solo songs on the album, and then the rest were rocking together. Yeah.
I like that concept. Yeah, we were talking with that when I was doing Faded Bars with Otis, if we were gonna do a solo but we decided not to go that route. But I really like that concept of you both also just have your own solo track in it as well. I really like that.
Yeah, we got two of them. He's got two, I got two, and yeah, but we rocked it, very happy about it. And then yeah, like I was telling you earlier, and then Tyree Irvin, aka Replay the Bucket, he's got the title track Mano Y Mano that he did the beat for.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, he's got the title track. So that's cool.
Yeah, and you guys did a music video that released recently. Find it on YouTube, The Dream from Mally Music and Jumpin' Joe the rapper. How did that whole concept of picking that song to do a video, why'd you guys pick that song? And can we expect any more from the album coming out?
Okay, so we picked that song because it was brand new. We had just did it 2 weeks ago, released it that following 7 or 8 days later. We dropped the video and the single at the same time. And we decided to do that because I was telling them, dude, we got a lot of content, but we need some videos. And then, Automatic the Ruthless, right on. Hey, shout out to him. Shout out to Dynamic for, doing the video for us, the editing and all that. Joe gave him an idea of what we wanted, and he made it come to life. Can't tell you the secrets on how we got down with the video, but it was cool. It came out very, very nice. I was a little skeptical, but dude, it rocked. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be hollering at Dynamic again. Everybody, man, you need that video, man. Holler at him. He got you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we did that. But the whole thing is, though, man, is that nobody's heard none of the songs off the album unless you produce something off the album.
Yeah.
So everything that we've been releasing right now is not on the album.
So The Dream's not on the album?
No, that is just a single, my friend.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
That's even getting me more excited.
Yeah, no, it's just a single.
And talking about, like you said with the video, like you were talking with Joe about, we need to get more music videos out there. We don't really have any. I don't really have any myself. That's a concept I'm working on right now. If you can go back to any of your previous songs you made, which one do you think you would love to do a music video on?
Antisocial.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Antisocial.
Yeah,
and that's because it's winter time right now, and it's damn near raining and shit. So I plan on getting some footage where I can capture the rain and be out like where the slums is and all that, where the homeless camp, shit like that that's around here. So get that gritty and get that song in, man, because that was it was a deep song. It was something I was going through, so.
And it was you're known, like from when I've started listening to you to now, you branch off into these different flows. You're saying you're trying new things with the Mano y Mano too, with different beats. You've been doing this a long time. What do you want to try differently? Is there anything you want to push the boundaries on that you've never tried before, or maybe get out of your comfort zone and do something completely different? Anything like that you're thinking about doing?
I want to do a concept where I'm doing a lot more like jazz hip hop, hip hop type shit. I would like to get on something like that.
You got the vibe for it, man.
Yeah, something that has a lot continuous rap to it, like just the that type of shit. But
yeah,
I would love to. I would love to do that. Will it happen? Probably not, because I'm stuck on myself in the way that I like to get down with the hardcore beat. I don't know. It depends on which way it goes. I recently just got this one cat named DJ Stiz. I believe his name is. He's a producer out of Connecticut. He had reached out to me and shot me a couple of beats and stuff, and I'm gonna see how that goes. See how what we can work out with this and stuff with the beats he produced. He has a pretty big following from what I saw on the Facebook. Um, but they're pretty dope. The beats are dope, and it's got me spitting a little differently, a little faster, a little
Yeah.
yeah. And one's got like a real more East Coast vibe, like a Meek Mill vibe to it. And then the other one is just straight, just some dope shit. So
I'm
I'm real
excited,
excited to
man.
rock those. Yeah.
We keep in touch. We try to keep in touch as much as we can on Facebook. You tell me what you're working on. I know what you have coming. It's crazy. 2021's almost over. We're heading into 2022. What can everybody expect from you in 2022 of like what you're working on and what you're planning to release?
So me and Joe, we got we got a good handful of singles we're gonna dish out. I'm back to recording my own stuff, so I'll be releasing something of my solo later on, probably like March, maybe. And I'll be dropping a lot of singles and stuff. Like it just depends on what I get done during these breaks and stuff. Yeah, I got some stuff to do, so
Yeah.
but
Well,
there's
I
gonna
know
be a
we
lot
get
of
one
Mali music
together.
and yeah. But I can tell you there's gonna be a lot of Mali music and Jumpin' Joe. I can tell you that.
Perfect. No one's going to complain about that. That's for sure, man.
Yeah. Yeah, because he had just informed me that we're good on beats for a cool minute. So
Nice. That's always nice.
yeah, man. When he told me that, I'm like, yep, there's gonna be a lot of Jumpin' Joe, a lot of Mali music, and Jumpin' Joe.
Yeah.
So
Can't wait for all that. And I brought in a new segment of the show that I actually call this segment the Queen's Question. So my wife here, my girl, she tunes into everything BTB, loves all your guys' music. She's got a BTB playlist with a few of your tracks, Jumpin' Joe tracks, everybody. And she always gets a question that she wants to ask her in the show. So I wanted to bring up her question, and that was, when you go back through your whole catalog of music, what's one song that you made where every time you put on, you just can't help but vibe to or like bring a smile to your face?
oh shit. Uh, wow.
Even if it's more than one
Uh,
song.
okay. The one I did for my wife is one of them.
Great
Yeah,
track.
messing with you. Yeah, that one was that shit's dope. And because I also have her on the song where she was laughing, I made her laugh on there in the booth just to capture that moment. And then yeah, that was one of them. That what's another one I like? Keep It Running. The one because I did that. It was me, Tay Chi, and Nelly Rock. That one, Bust It Back, and hmm, what's another one? I would have to say Straight A's. Man,
Yeah.
Jumpin' Joe.
That's an incredible
Yeah,
track. All those tracks, man. And like you've been
yeah,
doing this for, I don't know how long you've been releasing music for, but you've been in the music game. You said you started recording in your early 20s, really pushed
yeah.
it in your 30s. What keeps you motivated to keep doing this, to keep creating hip hop?
Well, as you know, I used to do a lot of music with Jamel. Shout out to Jamel Shane. He had kept me going for a long time when I decided was, almost feeling like, man, I'm finna hang this shit up. I don't even want to do it no more. And next thing you know, he's got hella songs that I'm getting on, and I'm like, cool, right on, thank you. He did a lot for keeping me alive, and wanting to do it. And then, you know, I just kind of ventured off and did other stuff elsewhere too. So there was a lot of people that helped along the way. And then it really got a real solid foundation after I started messing with you and Joe. Honestly, that's
Yeah.
that's when it really started going off, is after I started messing with you and Joe.
Yeah, I can say the exact same thing. Like before I started BTB and all that happened, like I was releasing music, but I just wasn't in it. And I thought this was like my last ditch effort. Like I'm gonna put it all into this, see how this goes. And like guys like you, Joe, everybody in BTB, I can't name them all because I'll miss so many names, but just to keep that motivation going, definitely like your peers are a big part of that, I find. For
Yes,
sure.
most definitely. Most
Yeah.
definitely. Just think about it, man. Move back. I got it on my YouTube, one of my YouTube playlists with a
Thanks.
lot of people that, yeah.
That's one of my songs I recorded even before BTB, man, and didn't even really know how to mix or anything at that time, really.
Yeah, yeah, I feel that. I mean, I still don't mix. Joe does the mixing, you know, I record. But after I move into a house and stuff and I get a bigger space instead of my closet booth that I'm in, I'll be
Mm.
taking the time to learn how to do it. So,
Yeah, it takes a lot of time. Like I didn't know anything about it. Only COVID was really a big part of me learning the mixing process of everything. And I'm still learning. I hear certain tips, like Joe gives me tips, a bunch of people give me tips, and then I just keep trying to improve. Every mix I do, I'm always like, oh, it's better than my last one. It's better than my last one. But yeah,
yeah.
for sure. And talking about Joe, how has he like impacted music? How you write, how you create? Is he had any impact on how you just are Mali music?
Um, Man, from what I hear from my wife is that we complement each other well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, people would have never thought, wow, you guys did all this music and you guys only been rocking together for a year, because it
That blew
seems
me
like it's
away
so
too, man.
natural. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like you guys sound like you've been doing this forever together, you know,
Yeah.
and it just be natural, you know. He gets me juice. I hear something that he's rocking with, and he be like, "Hey, you want to get on this?" I'm like, "Hell yeah!" And then it's like, "Okay, hold on, wait a minute, man. Now we gotta turn this into a project or something, you know." But he gets me juice when he gets the concept. Like he'll start a lot of the songs first. And then after I hear what he's saying, it's like, oh, nigga, you just set me up. Dun, 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 dun. And then next thing you know, I rock it, and it's dope. It just comes out right, you know. Yeah, it's a brotherhood bond, and
Yeah.
I can listen to him. It only take like 2 or 3 listens, and even though I don't remember what he said, I'm still on topic with what he was talking about.
Yeah, and he's really good at doing that, sticking like even with the growths track, I gave him the topic, he nailed it right on the head. And I was saying that to him in the last interview because I knew from us talking that you guys really only linked up pretty much almost not too long before me and you kind of linked up, and it
Dude,
blew me
it
away
was
because
like
you
within the
guys,
same week.
yeah, it blew me away because it seemed like you guys grew up together, man. Like
Yeah,
I always thought like you guys just grew up together. But
yeah,
yeah, your wife nailed it on the
definitely.
head. You guys complement each other extremely well, and you guys feature well together. And I know for your solo album or whatever, you're planning to do a few more features. Any features that you have in the books that you can announce, or anybody that you are wanting to work with in the future from BTB or elsewhere?
So there's a few folks from BTB that I do want to work with, but I'm gonna keep that in the wraps. But so far I got, like, you know, from what I have done, I got a track with you, I got a track with Chronos, and I got a track that has Hector Biggs and Cyrese.
Oh,
So, you know,
nice.
yeah, it's that song is dope. But so I got that. But you know, I put it on pause because me and Joe started doing our album, and I wanted to get that done. Now I'm back to the my solo. but it's kind of hard to get to it because I got all this new shit happening. So
Yeah.
it's like, fuck, every time I'm like, okay, I'm finna do it now. So gotta do this song. Bam, okay. But yeah, I'm definitely in the booth today. So I don't know what I'm gonna record after growth, but it's gonna be something. So
Yeah, I'm excited for people to hear that. And what do you prefer doing more? Do you prefer doing a solo track or working with another artist, or like pros and cons of each, I guess is a better way of putting it?
I like to collaborate, then go back to my own solo stuff.
Mm. It's
Because
nice to always
sometimes,
get back to yourself, right?
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely, most definitely. Yeah, man, yeah, that's what I like to do. I like to, I got Joe, I collab with him, and then like, this project that I got that I'm doing, my solo, I plan to have a lot. Damn near every, if not every other song with a feature from somebody from the group.
Mm.
So
Yeah. Dope.
right now I got 9 beats, 9 tracks, but I'm thinking about probably adding another 3 and then having an album and then have like at least 10 people from out of the group on there.
Do you have a preferred like time to record, time of day, or certain mood you like to be in to record? Because I know me, I'm a big afternoon recorder. I find at night I kind of laze out, or mornings I'm just not into it. So any like specific time or way you like to record?
So like when I have the house to myself and my daughter's in her room and my wife went to work, I like to get up and at least try to start recording by 10 a.m. after I done took a few shits and
You're a
drank enough
morning one.
coffee. You know what I'm saying? And then
Get that
I'm feeling
coffee and
nice and
record.
empty. Hell yeah. Coffee and record. Um, I like to do that. I like early mornings. I like late night sessions too. Those are pretty dope. Catch me in a laid back state of mind when it hits those. But I really like to do early morning, midday.
Yeah. Yeah. Me, it's afternoon. I find mornings I'm just not as hyped as I want to be. And night times I find I'm just ready for bed.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I like the 5 to 7 between 5 and 8 o'clock. Oh man,
That's a good
that's
one.
a good time. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
a
I like
good
that
time,
too.
especially. Yeah, during the winter time, it's a fucking extravagant time because it's like it's almost, it's dark, but it's not late, but it feels like it is.
Yeah.
You know, you get done sharp about 5, be done at 7. We're like, oh shit, and I still got some time left. Hell yeah.
Yeah, like
So
right here, right now, where we are, I'm 5:30 my time, and it's pitch black outside right now with the whole time switch and shit. But that's always a good time. It gives you that night feeling, but also you still have the rest of your evening, the rest of your night to relax at home with the family. Really.
yeah, definitely. So, man, let me ask you this: what you got coming out next, man? Huh? What are we getting from Mr. KC?
Been working away. The first single off Global Domination 2 is dropping this Wednesday coming up with RAP from the BringTheBars group. So I've been working on Global Domination 2. I'm about 12 tracks done. I'm going for 16. I got Hector Biggs, Jamel Shane, you, Jumpin' Joe. It's going to have 24 artists on Global Domination 2. So that's what I've been really working on, and also trying to help produce automatic stuff with the BTB records. But Global Domination 2, man, I'm a hell of excited for it. It's been a year since the first one dropped, how I met all you guys and all this started, and now to see just the evolution of it. I want people to hear the evolution, how it just evolved into this, man, this collaboration album series, really, which is, I'm hoping to do one every year. Yeah, so I'm hell of excited for that, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, man. Hey, I noticed that you were in the room, about the fact that sometimes the interaction and stuff is going low, but if you look at other groups, I don't know what other ones you're a part
Yeah,
of. There's either those that are just not doing nothing no more,
nothing.
or or it's a whole bunch of spammers or people posting other stuff that has nothing to do with music.
Yeah, like I'm happy
So
when people can get a few views compared to other groups. You know, they'll have 50,000 members. You're lucky to get one person who's really going to listen, and that one person who listens is more listening to go, okay, sub me back or follow me
yeah,
back. It's not for you're actually a fan of the music. And I am thankful BTB has become like a fan base now, and of all these artists supporting each other. But that was more meant for like the newer members I'm bringing into the group. Like a lot of them are slacking off, or they kind of just doing it to be like, oh, I get a chance at free radio play. They have no intention of meeting the other artists, talking to the other artists. And even when they post something like, why don't I get interaction? I'm like, well, interact with the artist first, you know, get to know each other. That's how you build like the foundation and all that. So that's more who that was dedicated towards for sure.
Yeah. But still, just be thankful that, you know, you screen it nice and we ain't got none of that crap that, you know, that I see in other groups. Like the one, I ain't gonna mention them, but there's one that me and you in particular were a part of, and the videos I see on there with I don't know who it be or whatever, because the names be looking all sorts of weird, but you know, showing something like a donkey kicking somebody in the face or something like that.
Yeah,
like,
it's not even hip hop related anymore.
Nothing related to it.
Yeah.
So, you know,
yeah,
BTB
exactly.
is the one. It's still hip hop authentic, and I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah, thanks, man. I try hard to keep it going, and I want it to be what true hip hop is, man. And you know, none of us really cracked a mainstream audience or anything like that. We're plugging away, and I like people should just listen to what's going on outside of this whole mainstream music thing. What's your thoughts on like what's out today in mainstream music? Anything you like about it, don't like about it?
I don't listen to it.
So perfect answer, because I don't either.
Yeah, the new shit. There's a few people that are dope. I couldn't tell you their names, but
Yeah.
I don't really. It's not. I don't know. It,
It's not like going back in the day and like we were talking, putting MTV on and finding all these new artists, or even the radio. Now you put the radio on, you're getting the mumble rap and the auto tune, and it's just everybody sounds the same. They try to follow trends, and it's just
Man, I listened to about 5 minutes of the radio and realized that I am not missing out on nothing. I'll sit back sometimes, turn on BET jams, and will not miss nothing.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, and it's been that way for a lot of number of years, man. Like it doesn't. I can't get with it at all.
Yeah, you're right, man. It's been like that for a while. Like I think going into like 2000, you were still getting good artists and good tracks. You know, Big Pun and all that was still around. But once I think it hit 2005, 2010, it just the whole game changed, and a whole new wave of the next generation's music. Definitely not my generation's music or yours.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
Yeah, man.
And one last question before I let you go is, I wanted to know, being an artist, you've been doing this long. What are the pros? Like, what do you love about being a hip hop artist, and something you just don't like about being a hip hop artist?
I love about being a hip hop artist is that I can actually do this. I have a craft. The part I don't like about being a hip hop artist is that I think I'm too hard on myself to try to hurry up and get something done, that sometimes it mind fucks me, and then I just don't do it at all.
Yeah, I think we're all our worst critics, man, for sure.
Yeah, because like if I can't get it, then I'm in a bad mood, or I
feel you on
the one
that,
thing
man.
I hate. Especially if I have his. Go ahead. Oh, I was gonna say, especially when I have it one way in my head, and I'm in there and I'm spitting it, and then it doesn't come out the way that it was in my head when I was reading it. Pisses me off.
That's exactly what I was just gonna say as well, is when you have it, like you think in your head, like, oh, I can't wait to hear this back or spit this out, and then you go do it and you're like, this just isn't working. Like,
Yeah.
It's very dismotivating.
Yes, it is. And then I end up getting pissed, and then I end up, taking about a 15-minute break. And then I go back over, put on the headphones and start editing, and stuff. So then, and I write mine on my cell phone, so it's cool. But those would be the parts that I hate, when I have to go back over, re-edit, and then re-spit and all that shit. And that's the one part I hate.
And then you get the flip side of it sometimes too, when in your head you have this song, this concept, and maybe you're not thinking it's going to really be anything big. And you're like, I'll just record it. And then it turns out it sounded much better than what you even pictured in your head. Like, there's definitely a flip side to it on that one.
Yeah, that is it.
Yeah. All right, man, that's all the time we have for this episode. I want to thank you again for coming on the podcast. Always love chatting with you. Can't wait for Mano y Mano 2, and just, thank you for your time and coming on and talking with me.
Oh yeah, man, right on for reaching out. Shout out to everybody in BTB.
All right, man, take it easy, enjoy your break, and can't wait to hear the rest.
All right, man.
All right, take it easy, man.
All right.
Peace.
All right.